Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our horizontal planners for the next week in April. Got these highlighters here ready to go, as well as this sticker roll that I may use, and these sticker books which I'll pull from. Okay, so this is the first week of the April Plannable Challenge, and this week's theme is spring cleaning. So if you'd like to participate, go ahead and post your spreads up on Instagram using the hashtag PlannableApril2021. We'd love to see what you come up with. Okay, so for this spread, I obviously wanted to do something about cleaning, spring cleaning, and I actually had 0 stickers for this. I went through all my stash and thought I had at least some in some of those planner basic stickers, but they were all just like totally not the same, and the styling was different on each one. I had no idea how I was going to put them all together, and there really wasn't that much to even begin with. So I went ahead and actually picked up the household sticker book that you see there specifically for this spread. I do like the household stickers. I think they were really cute, and I could always use some in my spreads, but it wasn't something I had before this spread came, so it's the first time I've ever bought a sticker book specifically for a spread. So anyway, so to begin, I kind of have an idea to do an every other day background type thing. I've done it a couple times on this channel before. I'm going to do something similar. So I'm starting out with some long boxes that are black in hopes of using those as checklist boxes as we go, because I want it to kind of look like every other day has a background to it. So I pulled those in, and I had 2 full boxes, and then I had 1 extra long box which I just cut in half and I put there on Friday and Thursday, kind of butted up against the edge so it feels like it's supposed to be that way. And luckily I had those 4 to fill out the space. So I've done that. I've also pulled in some focus boxes in the color scheme I'm going to be doing, which is kind of like a rainbow color scheme. And I am starting to pull in now the icons I'm going to be using as my background. These icons are super cute for, just like on-the-go planning, or just a little extra something there next to these tasks that you have to do for your, home, whether it's ironing laundry like you have there, or cleaning, whatever you have to do. So I thought they were really cute, but I really love that they were in a rainbow color scheme like that. There are so many options in different colors. So what I decided to do is pull all of the colors that I could related to each main box I'm going to be using, that like background look, and just theme those out in specific colors. So I'm doing sort of like a rainbow spread, but also to just like that background effect, which you'll see come to life in a bit. Right now I'm just going through the book and pulling stickers in the colors. What I'm finding is that some of the pages are not consistent as far as the shades of color and tonal qualities of the color like I expected. So like sometimes the green is really dark, sometimes the green is a little bit more yellow or more blue, that kind of thing. And so I'm trying to do as best I can to match up those colors and give myself enough variety to get everything done. But it's a bit tricky, I will say. I wasn't really expecting that. I wish I would have had a little bit more, foresight before I started pulling things to know that, so that I could plan the colors a little better. I might have made different choices on which variations I was going to pull, but overall, I think it comes together well, and you can hardly tell the variation of color on some of those icons. In particular, like the blue, you can kind of see the lighter and the darker, but they kind of seem like they're in the same shade. Same with the red. There's more of a cherry red on some, and some are a little bit more orangey, coral red like the box there. But I think they blend together in the end. It works. And I'm literally pulling one of every icon I can find in the specific colors I need. And I'm doing that on purpose so that I can just kind of see what I have to work with and if I have to add duplicates of things or, what I might need to do or bring in order to fill out the spread. At the time, I didn't really think about it because I was just, laying stickers down, but kind of like the way this looks as is, just kind of like a hodgepodge of icons every other day, like just no rhyme or reason. I'm going to, of course, make it look a little bit more ordered and clean, but this is kind of cute as is. So another option, if you guys don't want to put in the time that I'm about to put in to make this look a little bit more ordered and neat. And here I'm just kind of pulling out those icons I didn't think were close enough in color to make things work. And then I'm also deciding to pull back a little bit on those focus boxes. Not sure why I decided to do that. They were kind of cute. I think I was worried about colors. It's just not a perfect match on some of those with the colors. So I decided to change out the ones with the black boxes those days to have just a circle sticker icon as a kind of a bold point of color and work with that instead of another box. Although I kind of wish I would have kept the boxes now I'm looking at it. It's funny what you can kind of see as you go back in time and look at how the process emerged. And I did just try that circle label sticker on there, but I didn't really like it. The thickness of the circle was a little bit too bold compared to the boxes that are currently on the spread. It was making me not like it too much, so I decided against those. And then before I had started the spread, I pulled a couple of books with some florals that I thought matched up with the color scheme of that household book, in case I wanted to do like spring florals mixed in with like cleaning kind of together. And so that's me just trying to figure out how that might work out on the spread. But as I start laying things down, I just thought it was a bit of a distraction and didn't really feel organic to the spread. And it also didn't have the colors that I needed to fill those emptier days with the decor. So just, tried things out, but in the end decided against them. And I also had pulled this Happy Plan sticker book kind of off to the side too, because it also had similar colors. Not exact, but it had some of the same colors and tones that that household book did, in case I wanted to bring in some other boxes or elements with similar colors. And, just the more I started adding to it, the more I didn't like it. I felt like it was just taking away from the charm of the simple icon rainbow theme. So I just decided, okay, we're just going to stick with this and get this on the page and then go from there. I'm going to go ahead and start moving things over now. I'm going to start off with the bigger elements and then work my way into those icons. I thought about, again, adding some focus boxes here. I don't know why I didn't decide to keep those other ones. I think they would have been really cute. Maybe I'll add them later. I don't know. Just looking at this spread, I'm like, it comes out really cute, but now I'm going to be missing those focus boxes on those days where I don't have them. So we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out as the week progresses. I'm starting to lay in those feels like I mentioned. That's kind of feel like a background. So just trying to lay in the icons here and there, trying to space them out a bit because there's not that much to work with. So I want to make it feel like it's filling the space up, even though they're small and I don't really have a ton of them to work with. And I'm trying to cut some of them up, kind of have them floating in and out of the main day box area, as well as kind of seeming like they're behind the black box I have there. So this is kind of making the border of the day feel like it's containing all of the elements that you see there. And just making a few adjustments to get everything up here onto the sheet. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this tiny little coat hanger. So cute. I love tiny little things. Usually really hard to work with small decor. I've said this a million times on my channel, but it's really hard unless you find a way to make all of the little elements feel like one big element, if that makes any sense. So what I'm trying to do here is make all of those little icons look like a pattern in the background versus just individual items. Or I've done things where I've put like a swoosh of like ice creams, let's say little ice cream cones, across the spread, and that helps it feel like it's all organic to each other, like they're all related to each other. So that's what I'm trying to do here, and small is usually very difficult to work with, but this idea is one way you can make it work in a different spread. And they don't have to be color coordinated. I've done this before with some small like stationary crafting items, and they were all different colors, but just again as a background, kind of making them look like they're all part of that one box of the day. And as you can see, I'm just like trimming some of them so that they hang off the edges, or come out from behind the box or in front of the box. And I'm going to go ahead and try to reuse some of the ones that I put to the side. I think this one is close enough because it's more on the orangey light side of the red versus some of the bolder items are more like cherry red. But because it's right next to that coat hanger sticker, which is more towards the same tone, I think that I can get that to work. And then these stickers that I pulled with the little headers, I'm just going to trim those headers off and use the box as is. They're a little bit small for my normal focus boxes, so I might have to beef them up with something because I don't have any decor for those days either. Now I'm not using the flowers and I don't want to clutter it up with more icons. So I'll have to figure out how that is going to play out. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next page, start putting in the big elements over there, and then work in those icons. I'm really liking the colors of some of the newer Happy Planner books that aren't so primary, bold, or bright. They've kind of got a little bit more of a modern twist to them as far as the tonal aspect of the color. So I really liked the look of this book as far as just the colors used, and felt a little bit more sophisticated than some of the other household books I've seen. And I'm going to go ahead and start moving over some of these icons. And what I'm thinking when I'm doing this, you guys, is it's still about doing things kind of in threes and balancing things out. So I'm trying to do triangular relationships between the icons. So nothing's really stacked right on top of each other. It's more like each thing is related to each other in a sort of triangle of three, if that makes sense. So I know it's kind of hard to know how to do this on your own if you just got stickers and you're like, well, how is she making it look like this? Try not to stack anything right next to each other. Try to stagger things, I guess is the best way I can describe it. Stagger it, just like you would back in elementary school when you had those lines and you had staggered lines of kids where you could see the person behind you because they were between you and the other person. That's kind of the methodology I'm using as I lay in these icons. The relationships are all in that kind of staggered relationship so that nothing's right in front or behind or next to each other. And now we're on to the last day, and on this guy, I didn't have very many to work with. Some of them feel a little bit fuller than the others, but it's hard to tell. I think some of the bigger items kind of camouflage that in a sense. But I'm going to go ahead and lay in as much as I can here on this guy. Try to fill the space up with what I have. And I might have to go in and pull in a couple of other duplicate items just to round things out. And the only icon I don't think I used was those florals. There's like a little flower icon, I think for gardening or something. But I don't know, I just didn't feel like that fit the spring cleaning theme that much, so I went ahead and left those off. So you can kind of see what I was going for here as a background versus just individual items. Now each day that I have those icons kind of feels like one piece or one thing together, which I really like. And I'm going to go ahead and now add a bit more color on those days where I don't have anything and try to marry up the colors of the highlighters as best I can with the colors of the stickers. So I had to fudge the top one a little bit because I didn't really have a true highlighter color that matched that. So what I did is I took a lighter pink color and then kind of colored over it with a brighter peach just to match a little bit better. It's not perfect, but a little bit closer than just the pale pink would have been. And then the rest of these I think I just used basically straight with the mild liners that I have. Like I said, some of them are close, or close enough. And then once I am done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye!